Hey, this is Jennifer from Positively Learning, and this is going to be a very fast video. It is all about data collection. So right now we're looking at the screen, free resource library that you can sign up. When you sign up, you're being sent a password. And if you're on my email list, the password's already there. Every email it has at the very bottom. Really important in case I have to change the password. It's always going to be there for you. Okay, so this is what the library looks like when you get logged in, and there are several different supports for you in special education and behavior support. So here's a few of them, and today we're going to be looking at this cheat sheet that I wanted my entire career. And I couldn't find it, so I just made it. It is called Which Data When. It is a cheat chart, is what I refer to it as. In the library, when you click on any of these covers, they open up in Google Drive. So you can just look at them straight from there, or you can download them to print them. And I already downloaded it so that I could zoom out and show you what it looks like. So this is the data cheat sheet. This would be perfect to print out and put in your data binder, your special education toolkit, whatever you call it. On the left-hand side are several different options for data collection. And on the right-hand side are some examples. So I was always in a position where I was like a data collector. I collected data on everything, and it was way too much, and it was pretty overwhelming, and I wasn't able to use it all. And what I was always searching for was a cheat chart like this, so I knew like which data collection system I should use. Oftentimes I was doing several redundant data collections, or I was like choosing a system that wasn't the best. It wasn't giving me the best information, or it wasn't like fast, and it wasn't easy. So that is why I wanted this. Now, you might find that like in your position, you might be collecting the same type of data. Like you are progress monitoring early literacy skills or early math skills or IEP goals and objectives over and over and over again. So what I would do is I'd recommend looking at this chart, selecting one or two different data collection systems, trying them out, and then you're probably going to gravitate towards one of them, and it's going to be the one you use. And that is great. If you are using a data collection system and it just doesn't feel easy, you it's hard to like analyze the data you did collect and to be able to use it, or if it's just not giving you information that's really helpful, then refer to this chart. Try a different one. So on the left hand side, you see the different options. Starting off at the top are the ones I used all the time: discrete trial training and checklists, because I was doing a lot of progress monitoring most every day, definitely every day, in the resource room setting. So these were my go-tos. I tried to pre-populate them as often as possible. I tried digital, I tried paper, anything to make it much easier. But those two generally gave me really quick information. Another one that I used often was the frequency and the duration. So this is more like when you have an identified behavior, you are providing interventions and you're trying to see if it's working, what needs to be changed, how is that child doing. Frequency and duration are so supportive to the teacher as well. I did have one year that I had a student that tantrumed, and it seemed like he would tantrum the entire morning. And of course, that wasn't true, but it was really hard to tell like the end of one tantrum, the beginning of another. So when I say it felt like the entire morning, it really did. The duration, collecting duration, that data saved me, because a tantrum that lasts over 30 minutes seems to last for hours. And what I did when I did the duration was I was timing the tantrum. And so let's say it was 55 minutes one day, which feels like forever. But the next day, with like all of the strategies, all the things we're putting in place to support this child, the next day it went down from 55 to 48. And then it went down to 42. 55 to 42, that's a big difference. But you know what? When that's going on, you can't see it. You just can't, right? It's just too much. But you can see that what you're doing is working. Now we just need to be consistent and like let that time pass as we're supporting the child. But if I hadn't done that duration, I would not have been able to like distinguish that or see that. And of course, good success stories, it worked. Tantrums, like we pretty much eliminated them. Same thing with frequency. If a child is eloping once, it feels like horrible, right? But if they're eloping 10 times, it feels like disaster. But 10 times, putting in the interventions, down to 5 times, well, 5 times still feels like a disaster. But you know what? Whatever you're doing is working because 10 to 5, oh, that's a big difference. And so that's where frequency can be a really good way to check. If you were just doing a checklist, did he elope or not? You might not see that data as clearly. ABC recording, determining a trigger for a specific behavior. That is very important when you're like, I don't know. I do not know. Try ABC recording. Something's happening. Something is happening. And it might not be very observable, but it might be. It might surprise you. So, ABC recording can be really helpful when you are feeling like that. And then you can read through the rest of the list. Many of these you might not use, but some of them are really helpful. What I would do is I would just gravitate towards the ones that work for you. And work for you means they give you the data you need. You're able to use it in a timely manner. It's easy, it's comfortable. That means it's working for you. And then when it's not working for you, say that information you're gathering is just not that useful, or it is so complicated that you don't use it at all, then refer to this chart and try another one. All right, I hope that was helpful for you. This is a free cheat chart that you can get, and I will link the blog post that explains it, just a little bit more details, and I will also link the free resource library so you can sign up and get the password sent to you and take a look at all the other things that are in here for you. All right. Thank you. Take care.